Welcome to Whiskey Vault.
I'm Daniel.
I am Rob.
We're doing a gift from Erik Evenson, the Titan of whiskey.
Well, hold on. All due respect to Erik Evenson, you did step on my introduction.
Oh yeah, you're right. You weren't finished. So anyway,
You gotta let it.
linger.
Yeah, just
Does it ring?
It's gotta land
like this?
It's gotta land, and then people they appreciate. They savor.
I feel like I couldn't hear the ending of your part because it was covered by that thing I'm hearing in the distance.
The Titans are undeniable.
Very tightening.
See?
Kirkland?
Yeah.
24.
Oh, 24.
We just keep crawling up.
Yeah.
The last one that we were just like,
20,
this is awesome was 22.
21. Oh, yeah, this is 21. Oh,
Now, we're doing, look at the color on it. Now we're doing 24. It looks like this is entirely sherry cask.
okay.
Its whole life, not just finished.
I would believe it from the color, but
Yeah.
also the Kirkland stuff, they could be getting some E150s.
Yeah, and it's Alexander Murray that's doing it. And I know that, I mean, there have been products that Alexander Murray colors.
Yeah.
This is 46. It's proof down to 46.
Okay. It very well may be coloring in here, because this is dark. Look at this.
Well, it's 24 years
I
old.
understand, but we've seen a lot of
Lighter.
whiskeys that age, not
Right.
without half the color.
Right.
But again, it could be a really sloppy sherry cake.
It's not even golden. It's like
Brown.
red brown tints,
Yeah.
like a tawny port. Oh, sorry. I haven't even eaten anything today, but I got like weird indigestion vibe going. It's all this whiskey. So 10 a.m. Oh, I know what it is. I was trying new make samples this morning,
Oh, yeah?
and so I'm already high proof.
Okay, this is, even though it's 46%, I want to put some water in here to see what opens up. But this has like the dark fruity maltiness for me.
Yeah, but it's. I was ready to be punched in the face with sherry cask.
Yeah.
And I'm not getting it. It's a way more subtle.
It's a soft
Sort of.
strawberries and cranberries blend for me.
Yeah.
Soft.
Little tart. Yeah.
Cranberries, strawberries.
I mean,
And
it
then-
is a fruit. I mean, it's definitely sherry cask. You pick this up, you know.
Yeah.
It's definitely sherry cask.
Would you qualify it as a sherry bomb?
No. Not on the nose.
Not on the nose?
But like, okay, I'm trying to think. If I was doing this blind,
Yeah.
I think I would have thought this was a much younger, low-proof, entry-level Scotch from a distillery that does sherry cask.
Yeah, you could convince me half the age if it was blind, if I wasn't looking at the color.
But it's so
But then I
muted.
would have been suspicious of like the color. This color on any Scotch, I'm asking questions.
It's soft and it's muted. It's not like, what I loved about the Macallan that I don't get in the palate, but I get in the nose, is just this vibrant complexity.
Yeah.
And I'm not getting, it's really simple. Really, it's all there. All the fruit,
Yeah.
all the almond, all of the grain.
There is an interesting thing happening right now because this is fresh off the heels of a review we just did.
Yeah, with a really
with a
high drama rye.
Truly exceptional rye. Very, very complex. Usually it's the other way. We'll get like a Scotch or something and a single malt, and like really complex, really interesting, and then we're doing a rye, and the rye is very simple. This, compared to that rye, that Driftless Glen, it's nice. There's nothing wrong with it. I'm not finding any faults or weird
Yeah, I don't know
things.
how much they charge for it. Probably, what, $100, you think?
I have no idea. I'm more in the consuming side of whiskey than the buying side.
You're an important link in the chain.
Yeah. I'm stimulating the economy.
I gotta say I'm a little disappointed by the palate too. So I was looking for it to, I was gonna look up the price. That's what I was doing. Kirkland 24-year-old single malt.
Maybe once we add a few drops of water, I keep wanting to go back and find another layer, like pulling back the curtain on something, and it's just what we stated earlier.
80 to $100. That's not bad for 24-year-old whiskey.
No, hold on. You were a little wah-wah on the palate.
Yeah.
I actually really like it.
Well, I mean, okay.
I would say
I also like it.
it's still not complex.
It's still simple.
Yes,
I was hoping there would be. I was hoping that the reason it was soft on the palate was because it needed to unfold, and by drinking it, we would unfold some of the flavor components.
Yeah.
And it didn't. It just stayed that muted, soft.
Yeah.
With this I'm going to get the 22 because
get the 22,
that was so much better.
And then also we'll do some water because with this age, it could open up quite a few things with a little bit of water.
Well,
it does finish for me.
It's 23.
Little figs.
Not 22.
Well, I was guessing 21, so you're closer.
Yeah.
Some figs and some prunes, nut prunes, figs and raisins.
Wait, is this the one that we did?
The finish is figs and raisins.
We also have the 18 and the 20.
I don't think you're going to be disappointed from the Scotch in terms of it being. It won't be unenjoyable. But you know what?
Whoa, that's not it.
You added one?
Look at the mustiness of that.
Okay.
That's the 23.
Before I must it. It's not going to be unenjoyable, but do you think that we are projecting our preferences into this? Because a lot of people, they're not looking to get just weird, complicated,
especially with age, soft
elaborate,
and pretty.
Yeah, soft and pretty.
Absolutely we are.
So the people that are wanting something with some real age on it, that may be perfect.
Yeah.
It's like simple,
soft. It'll
enjoyable, smooth. Yeah.
Everyone will describe it as smooth. Look at the malt grain note on that.
Wow, that got weird.
Yeah, malt. That's all malt. That's the barley smell.
Yeah, no, it's just.
Even at 23, all the sherry barrels did was explode the malt to the top.
Yeah. Grainy nose. What does it taste like?
A little water.
What was it a second?
It's coming back open again.
This is the 23. Okay. Yeah. We don't know if that's the same distillery, though, do we?
No, it's definitely not the same distillery. I mean, I'll be really embarrassed if Alexander Murray is like, it is the same distillery.
Actually.
But it doesn't smell anything like it.
No, the smell doesn't.
But the taste does?
The taste is really good. The taste isn't far off.
Well, I think the taste is sherry.
Right? It's very sherry.
But the nose got better on the 24 with a little water.
Yeah, at a certain point with these sherry finished scotches, you're wondering how much weight is sherry carrying in this? And then you try just a straight sherry. It's like, wow, I've had a lot of whiskeys that are remarkably similar to just sherry. I think some whiskey makers just want to be making sherry. Oh, yeah.
But the palate is still simple. The nose is
it
a
opened
little
up
bit better.
The nose. Yeah, it opened up the nose a bit.
But I tell you, if you think about it drinking like I want an old, smooth scotch.
Yeah.
That'll do it for you.
Rich.
No alcohol burn.
Fruity sweetness.
Yeah, super. Yeah.
A color that, you know what, don't even worry about it. Don't even think about it. It's definitely real. It may be.
It might be.
Yeah. How much? Hey, that was, yeah. How much liquid from the previous occupant can be sloshing around? It's supposed to be, there's no like laws.
No, but it's supposed to be like, you can't like have a couple of gallons of sherry in
but
it.
we know for a fact, a lot of whiskey makers, if they get a barrel and there's stuff sloshing around in there,
well, depending on what was in there, two things happen.
Yeah.
Either they're like, I've known multiple distilleries, including friends of ours, who are like, let's fucking dump that out and filter it.
Yeah.
We just got like some like 30-year-old sherry or something.
Yeah.
And it's just like all charry, but they like filter it all out. And they're sipping it going, it's great. Yeah.
Just tastes like wood.
Yeah. And then I know other people who are like, fill it.
Yeah. That's the thing. And you can taste the difference very often, depending on what was in there. Yeah. There's a difference between, hey, there's half a gallon of sherry in this barrel. Yeah. As opposed to
it's a dry barrel that used to have sherry.
Right. Yeah. This is very different. We got Pete MC Feet 28. Nice to hear your glasses jingle as your palates tingle while you mingle with a dingle single. Sincerely, Pringle McFingle.
I just loved that sentence a lot. Pringle
McFingle.
And I kind of wanted to read it, but that's your job.
But it
was even nice hearing it.
And I think I did well.
I think you did well. It was a nice, slow, low delivery. Yeah.
Bill Free 7006. I've been experimenting a lot more with adding a drop or two of water in my whiskey, and so far I never seem to like it. Is there some secret, or perhaps just reacclimate to it, just like acclimating to whiskey? I just never seem to like it. It feels like it dilutes all the flavor and just opens up the ethanol.
Okay.
That can happen sometimes, but
I would say don't give up.
Well, and again, pot still is going to be your biggest difference.
By the time you see this,
we'll have the episode out.
Probably an episode out that we just shot literally about this.
Yeah, on the Whiskey, our other channel, the Whiskey Tribe channel, we did a gauntlet of whiskeys with water added. And the thing that's new that we haven't done,
Right.
it's the blending proof.
proof.
Blending proof. This is what a lot of blenders and professional distilleries, what are they doing with blending proof?
They are taking the spirit from whatever it was out of a barrel down to 20% alcohol. And then that's what they blend for their releases at.
So
because they're going through so many freaking samples, one.
Yeah.
And also because the water allows all of the fruit complexities to sort of come to the top without you having to fight with the ethanol.
Yeah, and what's interesting about blending proof is whenever there's a really complex whiskey, oftentimes it's kind of hard to pinpoint because there's just there's a lot going on and a little concentration of flavors. But with blending proof and adding that water, broad strokes, those flavors hold up with the water. They just expand in between these layers, so it's easier to identify what's going on in that whiskey.
It's really cool.
And work with it, yeah.
So here's what I would say about water. And I said on that episode, I said some of this, but Belfry, here's what I would argue that you may be having a problem with. When you first add a few drops, you get a really volatile reaction and all of the oil is pushed to the surface and it gets really punchy and a little more. But even with a few drops, if you let it sit for 5 or 10 minutes closed and not evaporating, the water will settle and it'll become cohesive. And so maybe try adding a few drops of water, but then don't screw with it for a little while, like 10 minutes or so before you start trying it. Because then all of those punchy things that are forcing their way to the top, they meld in.
It can mirror.
And then do it again. Add a little more water. Let it sit. Add a little more water. And what you'll find is you might find a sweet spot for some of your whiskeys, or you might find that you really don't like adding water to whiskey. Yeah. And that's also fine.
It would be, that honestly would be very interesting to me. Because the adding water to whiskey and you like it less, that happens a lot.
Yeah.
But for me, it's about 50-50.
Yeah.
And for somebody to just be a blanket across the board, anytime you add water, I don't like it. It's like, oh man, it's such
Let's try some other things.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm actually more like 70-30 these days. But because I'm desperately trying to get whiskey to a lower alcohol content. Because I'm so tired of drinking high proof. So I go home and still at my house, because the only whiskeys I have in my house were gift bottles. Yeah. And they're always nerdy bottles because that's what, like, oh, Dana will love this. Yeah. So like probably 90% of my bottles are cask strength. Yeah. I don't think there's one under 50 or 100 proof.
You know who can help you?
The whole thing.
I can help you.
Yeah. And so I pour one and I'm like,
wait.
oh.
You just, I offered to extend.
No, this is my cross to bear. I would not foist that upon you.
This lifeline to you.
This is me.
Let me help
caring about you.
No.
And not wanting you to have to struggle through this.
Right, no, you know what this is?
I will carry this burden.
This is a contest to see who cares more. And Daniel.
I love that.
I assure you, I care more.
I love that the measure of who cares more is who gets to keep the whiskey. It's like, no, I'm not going to give you this money.
Right.
Because I care about you too much.
Yeah, let me do this.
I will take the $1 million.
Let me do this for you.
For you.
Yeah.
No. I will take the $1 million for you.
It's too much of a burden for you.
Yeah.
Let me help.
But no, I've been proving down everything that I drink, and I'm finding all kinds of magical moments of like, wow, I actually really came alive there. Yeah. I find it all the time when we're releasing stuff at the distillery, where we finish a blend or we finish a barrel dump. And then we find that like where it really comes alive is not cask strength. Right. It's like 3 or 4 notches down where it goes, oh shit, that's it. So don't be afraid to add water to things.
Yeah. No, cask strength is rarely the best proof.
Yeah.
But definitely, I mean, even less common, the best proof is going to be 80 proof. Like I can count on one hand the number of times where something was 40% ABV and like, this is
so much better.
This is great. This is phenomenal. Yeah. The vast majority of the time it's going to be like, you're somewhere around 50.
I was going to say, I think 48 to 52.
Yeah, right in there.
Just this little.
Right in there,
yeah.
Tied into Lucia, way back in the day, he just had this standard 100 proof release for all of his stuff.
Done.
And I was like, well, is this just the best proof? It's like, I don't know. It's 100 proof. It's easy. But it just so happens that 100 proof,
it holds a lot.
Where most whiskeys kind of come alive. It's that nice balance between the heat and the flavor.
Yeah. Ethanol holds some things, but doesn't dominate.
Kirkland. Here's defining stealing and drinking.
I just think socks. If you fight me, you fight for a friend.
If you steal me, you steal your liver socks.
And if you drink, may you drink with us.